You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just text FINANCE, FINANCE, to 357-911 right now to get started. That's FINANCE, FINANCE, to 357-911. Auto financing the easy way. Text FINANCE to 357-911.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your healthcare? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
Welcome to Foobar, One Nation Under Foo. I am your host, the fabulous, the ferocious, the farty, the Foo, and we are coming to you live on this gorgeous and amazing Wednesday night from Foobar Studios here in Fooville, Foo, USA. And with me, as always, is the only Amish guy to ever argue with and lose to Alexa, Orty Packard. Orty, how are you?
I am factually right and morally wrong. That's how I am.
Oh, look at you. You're so relevant. Awesome.
I have my moments.
You do. You know how hard it is to come up with F words that go with food that aren't always dirty? Because I try that. It's like, I'm fabulous, I'm ferocious, and farty just worked because I was talking about Raisin Bran earlier.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised. Scott, you snort laughed.
Oh, shit. It's been one of those days.
Has it?
It has. It has been one of those days.
Foo?
Well, what isn't bugging me? How long you got? No,
I got 55 minutes. That's how long I got.
Woohoo! All right.
Well, 53 counting commercial.
It's going to be a long hour. No, I'm so irritated in general with everything. Everything. It's like the shutdown, right? I'm cool with it because, I get it. I know what they're doing. But, they keep saying that it's Trump's shutdown, and he did say it's his, so I'm good with that. But then they turn around, they act like they can do nothing about it, that it's just him refusing to open up the government. And that is pissing me off. I'm like, no, this is not how this works.
This falls under the lesson that the left and many on the right never learn, in that if the president has this much power, you have given too much power to the president.
Right.
It's just... oh my God, we can't fix this. Well, you probably shouldn't have abdicated your responsibilities for the last 30 years. And then, anyway.
See, you're ranty like me. I'm feeling the same way. And I get it. He really is doing the right thing with this. And I'm sorry if you're a federal employee and you're worried about your next paycheck. I get that fear, but I also feel like if he caves, if he gives in, it's over.
Well, they can have yard sales and bake sales and...
Well, I mean, not to be totally heartless, but Trump's economy is pretty freaking awesome, and if they need a job right now, there's plenty of them out there.
I saw that right before we came on, that people were making a big deal because there was a list from the Coast Guard for their civilian employees of things they can do during the shutdown. So they supplement their income, and it was like have a yard sale, give blood,
Give blood. It's like a college kid.
Right.
Donate plasma.
Right.
Oh my God, that's awful. I mean,
they took it down pretty quick, but it was just like, oh my God, Trump's administration is advising, Coast Guard employees. Well, no, it wasn't their employees, and no.
Oh my God, donate plasma. That is what gets kids through college. Is donate.
Yeah,
plasma.
Help people move.
Yes. Help people walk a dog.
Starving students. Yeah, all the shitty jobs that we had in college.
Oh my! I mean, it's temporary. They are going to eventually open back up, and they'll get all their back pay, and it's going to work out eventually. But I'm just kind of over this Democrat thing where they're like, oh, he's so mean and he's so stubborn, he won't do what he needs to do, and it's his fault. Well, part of it is his fault because he will not give in, but part of it's your fault. Why don't you just give him the money and move on? He said he's okay with everything else you want to do. Allocate this little tiny chunk of money, which is sad, but it is a little chunk of money for the government, and move on. Be done.
This is 30 years coming to a head. I'm not going to say it's coming to a head because it's not going to get fixed. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. But This is 30 years of fuckery that got him here. I mean, this is going back to Tip O'Neill lying to Reagan, saying, you give us amnesty, we'll give you security. He gave him amnesty. They reneged on the security. So, and it's just 30 years of it. Or
I get it.
More. So,
you're showing your age because you know what happened with Reagan.
Right.
Right. But it's true. And it's frustrating. And, last night I watched Trump's national address, right, which was surprisingly good. I mean, I kept waiting for him to say something stupid or do something stupid, and it worked out really well. And he was very presidential. He was reading, but I'm good with that because that means he's not going off script. It was good. And then we had that. It wasn't
terrible. You're right.
And it was like, then people were like, oh, he's lying. But we didn't have a chance to have any outrage because it was the Chuck and Nancy show.
Oh, my God. The most meme-worthy event of 2019.
Oh, my God.
And it's only the 8th or the 9th.
Where are you? Yeah, it's the 9th. And I tell you what, though, I was prepared because I had read about it all day. I'd written about it all day, that the left's like, oh, you shouldn't let him on TV. He's going to lie to people and scare them, and we should delay it so you can edit it. God, Don Lemon is a fascist asshole. But all day, so they make this big deal of this speech, right? So everyone's like freaking out. It's going to be this awful speech. It's like 8 minutes long, and he just says, hey, the border's screwed up. This is what we need to do to fix it. The Democrats won't fix it. I'm not giving up either. God bless America, moving on. I mean, that was really it. He did make a dig about how building the wall is not being unkind because you hate people. It's because you love people and you want to protect them. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. I've seen that like on a bumper sticker or something. But I think that's okay.
That is a bumper sticker quote.
I was like, it's like the whole my mom went to Kansas City and I got this crappy T-shirt. It's kind of like one of those things. But I was cool with it because I'm like, he's making a decent point. This is not about hating anybody in another country. It's not about hating anybody who's not here legally. It's about protecting the people you love in your country and having a sovereign nation, which is what we're supposed to be. So, I mean, I was cool with it. For him, it was a good speech. For him.
Yeah, and the rebuttal, oh my God.
What?
They demanded to have that. They demanded it. They screamed for it. And wow.
I didn't even watch it. I was so busy laughing at the memes. My son would shoot me, the memes. And I just couldn't stop laughing. Of course, then I had to throw my Bela Lugosi succubus picture out there. And
the American Gothic. I mean, the American Gothic memes were flying.
Yeah, it was great. It was so good. And, I'm so mature that I was a part of it. But right. I couldn't even listen to them because I was so busy laughing at what's happening. I didn't really listen to any rebuttal until I listened to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now,
the Latina Kelly Bundy.
Oh my God, G played parts of it on his show, and I was ready to run screaming from the room. She's just a big bold bag of stupid, and I'm really struggling.
But she's factually wrong, but morally right.
She's wrong, and she's wrong, and she's really wrong, and she's too stupid to know she's wrong.
Speaking of stupid, and
that's a lot.
Okay, so today Kamala Harris calls the wall wrong from a moral perspective. When did? Well, I know the answer to this, but all of a sudden the left cares about morals and morality, and they're making that their thing. Is like, hey, we're right on feels and morals, and we may have the facts wrong, and we may be completely talking out of our ass, but
we love.
Don't you feel better to listen to us?
No. I hate these people. Right. It's like Eric Swalwell was talking, and he's like, real leadership would be if Trump went down to Mexico and figured out what the problem is. I'm like, fuck you, dude. It's Mexico's that his problem.
Yeah, it's Mexico's problem. Well, it's not our problem to go fix Mexico's problem.
No, what is wrong?
If it was, make it, re-invoke Manifest Destiny, make them the 51st state. Actually, 52nd, because we got to get Quebec first for the poutine. And then we get Mexico, and then they can be our problem.
these people. Well, he needs to go into Central America and find out why these people are fleeing. No, he doesn't. That's not his problem. It's not his business. It's not our job. His job is to keep evil people out of our country. And I don't care if they're from Central America, South America, Canada. I don't care where they're from.
What if they're from Patagonia?
Ooh, maybe they're okay. But, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about what they're trying to make it about. This is not about hating brown people. This is not about being a bigot or wanting to keep people starving because our country is so awesome. It's time to respect the rule of law in this country. And I get that we have a huger problem than just the border. Our immigration system is a bureaucratic disaster shit show. It is awful. I think there's something like 23 different visas you can apply for in this country. And then the whole green card thing is a disaster trying to figure out what works how. And when there are people, I had no idea that if you're trying to get married that you can't work and get a green card till you've been here a year. There are so many ridiculous, stupid laws that make it hard to be here legally. So I get the frustration from a lot of these people. But that doesn't mean we just go, you know what, fuck it, come on in. That's just not how it works.
Well, it's like the tax code. There's so many loopholes and so many different ways to get around it that they had to make all of these little things, people are the reason why we can't have nice things. We can't have a nice, simple immigration system because people will always find ways to circumvent it. We can't have a nice, simple tax code because people will always find a way to circumvent it.
They're doing it anyway.
Yeah, they're doing it anyway. Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the thing is you wonder why there's all these arcane and bizarre rituals in order to become a citizen. Well, it's because other people have tried to fuck with the system in the past. So here we are. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it needs to be simpler. Jess had a great point, too, is that it was harder to get in through Ellis Island back in the day, and many people were turned around than it is today. Am I here? Are you here? Is anybody here?
I'm here. Did we lose Sam? We might have lost Sam.
Did we lose Sam?
I don't see Sam.
It got really quiet.
I'm thinking. I remember that thing where we were afraid we were going to lose her. I'm pretty sure we just lost her
Yeah, she got that nasty malware from Mac, and that's. Well, we lost Sam. So, have you seen Grimm?
Have I seen what? Were you talking about Grimm the series?
While we lost Sam, I was going to go nerd with you.
Well, no, that's fine. I just wasn't sure what you were talking about. But if you're talking about Grimm the series, I watched it from beginning to end.
Yeah, I'm just getting caught up on it. It's the casting director definitely had a type.
Yeah,
I'm noticing that. Yeah, we totally lost her. Bunny left.
Yeah. She's like, I'm out.
But did you watch the dress last night, Rick?
Yes, actually, I watched it, and then I spent because Jen wasn't feeling well last night, I wound up doing an extended America Off the Rails. We did a 90-minute one where I kind of took the whole thing apart and put it back together. And based on the reactions of the Democrats, as you can see in the chat, I actually have a meme. I can't take credit for it. I don't remember who made it, but it wasn't me. But they now have permanent...
Am I pissing you off, Foobar?
They now have permanent placement on my soundboard. This is Nancy Pelosi.
Am I pissing you off, Foobar?
And this is Chuck Schumer.
Shut the hell up!
They reminded me of the two old guys in the theater box or in the Muppet Show.
Yeah, I can't ever remember their names, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know Chad will tell us here in a minute. But yeah, when I first saw the pictures coming in, because I didn't watch their rebuttal, when I first saw the memes coming in and everything else in the pictures, I was like, oh my God, they framed this. Somebody said, this is how we're going to do it. They framed it, they looked at it, and they said, yeah, let's run with this. And it just went downhill from there. Did you see their reacts when they finally got to watch it afterwards?
Oh, no, actually, I did not see that, but I think the Democrats got some bad intel because I think they were convinced that last night Donald Trump was going to go ahead and just declare the national emergency and say, screw it, we're building the wall. Because, and I'm not even sure they watched his address before they started commenting. The funny thing is, I actually saw one of them comment that they weren't reading, but that doesn't explain the glassy look in both of their eyes if there was no script. Because either they're The Walking Dead or they were reading a teleprompter. It could be either one, I guess. I don't know.
And thank you, chat. They are Stoller and Waldorf.
There we go.
Yeah. I love our chat. They're helpful. Are you back, Sam?
Our chat sucks. No, I'm not. I don't know if I'm back or not. My stupid computer. That's why I'm pissed off. Oh my God.
Where did I lose you?
Okay, I don't know. I was rambling, and then I realized that I couldn't hear anything anymore, and I was like, And I looked down, and everything was frozen.
So that's why I was able to get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, congratulations. Did you guys miss me?
We did.
Oh, look at you.
I actually noticed the dead air after I had made a cogent point, and you...
I didn't make fun of you for making
right.
it, right? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, folks, just a little, because I complain about my Mac all the time. I was an idiot on Monday, and I downloaded some malware somehow, and it was an Adobe Flash upgrade or whatever. And then I cleaned out my machine, and in doing so, I think I deleted something I need from my machine, so I wiped the hard drive and reinstalled, and anyway, I'm freezing up every once in a while, and of course, it decided to do it during the show, which is funny because I told the guys, I said, hey, if my computer freezes, I'll be back. And let me know, I did it. So, yeah. It was
Hooray!
Good. Hooray, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Okay, where did we lose you? What were you ranting about?
I was complaining about the border and our immigration system and the 23 visas and how annoying it is that you've got laws on top of laws on top of laws to regulate other laws. And I feel like our whole government is like my computer, and it just needs to be wiped and start over.
We need a government small enough to drown in a bathtub.
I mean, look, clearly, if it's that big, it's going to crash because my machine just totally shit the bed. So, I mean, this is what's going to happen. It's just too much. And so, but before we can even get to the idea of fixing what's going on with our immigration reform, we've got to secure the border. You've got to stop the bleeding before you can go inside and fix what's going on. And they don't want to talk about that, and it drives me nuts.
No, we're getting the new Green Deal.
Oh God, the $42 trillion Green Deal.
Did you see Jim Garrity's piece on that today in NRO?
I did not, and I should have because Jim is brilliant. But I did not get a chance. I did make fun of her I make fun of her most every day, but I think I made fun of her a couple days ago about it. And I did see in there that basically it would do away with unemployment and make the government basically our biggest employer in the country. There was a bunch of stuff that I was like, holy shit.
There was good stuff in it. They want to do away with nuclear, with liquid gas, natural gas, any fossil fuel. And so basically they want to get rid of 80% of our energy.
Oh, good. That's fun.
With no idea of replacement. Well, actually, their idea of replacement, one of the big green guys came out and said, this defies the laws of physics. You can't do this with just renewables. It won't work. And then, let's see, had to get rid of all fossil fuel vehicles as well, and any other vehicles are, let's see, no, what's the word that they use for? Non-essential vehicles.
Oh, right. So if you just drive your kids to school, you don't need a car.
Right. Because mass transit will fix it all. No.
These people are going to make me nuts. This is why I'm so crabby. Between this and my computer, I'm ready to just go postal. It's bad. And I'm literally like, used to be, I'd listen to AHOC. My father-in-law calls her AHOC. I used to listen and I'd laugh. Oh my God, she's so stupid. Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, oh my God, bitch, shut up. And I'm getting angry with her. And I don't know, part of me doesn't think that this is who she is. And I still believe, because I'm, just my tinfoil hat, I think she's a Democrat creation. And
AOC?
Yeah, I absolutely think she's another Obama. I think they're like, okay, we need a young, Hispanic, well-spoken young lady who's kind of pretty, and we can just tell her what to say. And I actually read a whole thread by somebody who's much smarter than me about how this was true, and that the Young Turk Sink Uyghur, how do you say his name, Iger or whatever, the annoying Sink guy, that he had basically helped create her, and that they had kind of gone out and found her, and they had recruited her, and when you listen to her talk, one big tell for me, and of course people are gonna, he's gone conspiracy. The big tell for me is she looks down all the time when she's answering questions, and when people are being interviewed and they look down, they're trying to remember something. So either she's really stupid about what she's being interviewed about, or she's remembering what someone else told her to say. So I just think
a little column B. I could buy into this conspiracy. I really could, because, I mean, if it hadn't been for Obama, I mean, a one-term senator with no experience whatsoever.
Yeah, he's a creation.
Yeah, he was a total creation. I mean, going back to college and everything else. And I see the value in this conspiracy theory. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe that more than somebody so mind-numbingly stupid could get elected to the House of Representatives. But then I see Hank Johnson talking about quam tipping over. So
yeah, it's hello. And I think they wanted somebody who was stupid because it's easier to mold someone who's not very bright and who can't think for themselves. And I know that sounds mean, but I think that's a part of what made her so easy to mold into what they wanted. And if you look at where she won, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. So I guess it wouldn't be such a big deal if she wasn't being pushed as this sort of mouthpiece, this new breath of fresh air for the Democratic Party. And she's a socialist moron.
Well, if this is true, then here is their foil. Here's their undoing, in that they did the same thing with David Hogg.
Yes, they did.
And they have had to shed him because he started believing his own talking points. And then he realized that he is just too stupid to not have been molded for that.
Yeah.
And, in the last hour, G was talking about pay attention to her, watch out for her, and be afraid of her. I agree with that. But I also think that she will undo it on her own.
Well, eventually, because you've even got like Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, you need to settle down, young lady, and pay attention and let Democrats who know what they're doing, listen to them a little bit. And, and we know Pelosi can't stand her. So she's already making enemies within her own party. So I feel like part of us is like, yeah, go ahead, be you, say some dumb shit. This is awesome. But it's really, she's pushing such horrible ideas that are, like the thing with Trump, that she said terrible things about him. Look, I disliked the guy. I tried to keep him out of office. I hated everything about him. But the things she said about him were just, even for me, they were offensive. They were so untrue. And she's feeding this base, and Rachel Maddow just sits there with a thumb up her ass and is like, yeah, keep going. They don't correct her. They let her make an idiot of herself. The kids that died were not in ICE custody. They were Border Patrol custody. He didn't pass on Christmas Day. They don't correct her. They let her go. And I think that's dangerous. And because you have a lot of young people, and no offense if you're a young person in the chat, but some of you are stupid. And they're stupid. And they listen. And they're easy to take advantage of. And I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, but they let David Hogg do that too. Brian Sensler didn't correct him on reliable sources. They let him.
Damn thing, yeah.
And he admitted it later on SC Cup Show. He said, I didn't correct him. I just let him play his.
I didn't want to be mean to him. He's a kid.
Right. and they're going to do that with her too. And then she's going to, and her ego is just going to build and build. And
God, she's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I mean, it's like, I was talking to my husband, who knows part of my job is making fun of stupid people all day. And he said, wow, this new crop of Democrats, they're going to make your job so easy. And I'm like, right? Thank God, job security. But like Rashida, is it Tlaib? I can never pronounce her name correctly. First thing she says to a group of people is they're going to impeach the motherfucker. Then the Democrats seem to think that we were upset about the word. Nobody was upset about the word. We use the word. We're adults. We were upset about the idea of, hey, I just got elected. Now we're going to impeach the president. Okay, so you just wanted to get elected so you could go after Trump. You didn't get elected because you serve people.
Right.
And you've got the anti-Semitic gal, Ilan. I can't remember her last name at all. I'm getting old. I'm losing names. But, there's some scary bitches, and they are. And they're part of this new Congress. And people are acting like this is a great thing. And I have no problem with the idea of celebrating diversity in the House. I do have a problem with celebrating diversity for diversity's sake. And that's what we're doing.
That's the whole left. That's 100% a part of identity politics. Is diversity for the sake of diversity.
We're going to celebrate
hires. Yeah.
We're going to celebrate this black woman who got elected, not because she has great ideas, but because she's a black woman. And it's stupid. It's like the media was so excited. They had this huge diversity boner for days because there were women wearing colors on the Democratic side of the House. Well, they're women. Yeah, they wear color. Did you look over at the women on the Republican side? Probably not. It's just so dumb, and the media feeds it. And every day I keep thinking they're going to go, okay, psych, we're full of shit, our bad, and we're all going to be adults and figure out what's going on. But I'm wrong.
Actually, the fact checkers.
I saw that.
Because they got called out for fact checking AOC, the Latina Kelly Bundy, Bolshevik Barbie. She, because they got called out for fact checking. Well, maybe it isn't our job to fact check.
Oh my God. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And then it was like all day CNN's like, ooh, we're going to really kick Trump in the ass with our fact checking. He's going to really be sorry. And then they had nothing. Greg Gutfeld just dragged them like crazy.
Yeah.
And
they had nothing to fact check.
They had nothing to fact check. Hey, Rick, are we going to take a break?
Yeah, we can. Whenever you guys are ready.
Okay.
I've already got it prepped.
Let's go ahead. Let's take the break us in for the bottom of the hour. And I may actually call back in on my laptop just in case my desktop decides to freak out again, okay?
Okie dokie.
All right, guys, so stay put. We'll be back here in a couple.
From the wasteland, cold steel under my waistband. After this time, enemy lines drawn in the middle of the streets. The concrete stained with blood. I still got to eat. When I hit the street, I made the man understand. I fought with flesh and I bled like a man. I rolled back into the darkness, my friend. Stood up to the enemy, so life to begin. You know, you got to. Back the fuck up.
We all have family members. We all have friends that have faced this demon. But there's hope. There's hope in recovery. There's hope when we work together to rise above the plight of addiction. I'd like you to join Mac Mullings every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on Rise Above Radio on KOKC 1520 AM, where they talk about the hope that is available to all of us.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
Don't let the time pass waiting for the answers. You are the danger. Don't let the time pass waiting for the answers.
So, technical note. Sorry for the silence there, guys. That's what happens when the producer's trying to do like 14 million things at once. I didn't realize the volume on the commercials was up. Also, you motherfuckers are calling me out in chat room because I'm not fucking cussing enough, so kiss my goddamn ass, okay? Is that better?
And we're
That's
back
what's
from break.
count now. We're back. Hi.
Thanks for staying there. I actually was able to jump on my laptop. I'm feeling so technical savvy.
Have you noticed we're actually swearing less lately?
Well, it's kind of the thing. I don't know.
Fuck it.
Well, people, I don't want to swear just to swear. I should swear because it's like a natural swear. There's a way to swear. It's like people who try to swear, they're like, yeah, you're a dumb fuck. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever, that was really scary. But it should be like a natural thing that comes out and it means more, So, yeah. I don't swear. I am not swearing on anybody's request. Fuck them. Okay, we're back. That was fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Producer.
Wow, that vagina is huge. Conversation during the break.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. Well, because, of course, the guys are blaming me and saying that I must have gotten the virus because I was watching porn. And I pointed out that I have a very large monitor and that'd be a whole lot of vagina. So, no, thank you. So, this is what we talk about when we're on break, guys, just so you're aware.
Hang on. Just so we're on the same page, you're freely admitting that when you do watch porn, it involves females.
And there's a whole lot of vagina.
Not on a big screen, no.
Wow, at this point, we're just flying blind on a rocket cycle.
I love it. Oh, I think I'm going to listen to Foobar tonight. It's all political commentary. What's this whole big vagina thing? Well, there's a lot of vagina in politics these days, boys and girls.
Well, there really is, because everybody on both sides are all a bunch of big pussies anyway.
Oh,
hey, speaking of, nice segue. Thanks, Rick.
The pussy was a segue.
Well, we really can't do this anymore because we've got Lindsey Graham 2.0, and he is the new chairman of the Senate Judiciary. Yeah, as of today. And Planned Parenthood freaked out with flashbacks of Kavanaugh on.
Oh, I think that's great.
Yeah. So.
I wasn't paying attention. I was totally not doing what I'm supposed to. My kid had an optometrist thing. It's like people don't realize, they get this idea that when you are any kind of persona, that you're that persona all the time. And I'm so not cool like my bunny persona at all.
She really isn't.
I'm really not. And it's just like today I'm at the optometrist. I have no idea what's going on in the real world because I'm at the optometrist. So, yeah. So I missed it. That's awesome. Lindsey Graham, I'm sure people lost their shit everywhere.
It got kind of overshadowed because they were still doing the Chuck and Nancy memes and the American Gothic and everything. But yeah, Planned Parenthood had a little meltdown about how...
When are they not melting down?
Yeah. But, it's going to be all Kavanaugh all over again, which... What a letdown. Not a letdown for us because we knew he was kind of a shrub. But, he was a letdown for them that he wasn't what they said he was going to be. So now they're drumming up the fear of, Kavanaugh is the worst.
No, he's really not.
Favor you guys.
He's like super milquetoast. And we've been saying that from the get-go. And if any other Republican had nominated him, they'd have yawned.
Yeah.
It is just a reality of Trump. Literally, Trump could come out and say, hey, guys, the sky is blue. And they would call him a racist and a bigot and throw a fit. They'd burn a building down or something. It is just who he is.
He could nominate the ghost of Merrill Garland and they'd lose their shit.
Good old Merrick, yay! No, people were saying that what they should do is that he should nominate Hillary Clinton. Because then she finally would get investigated,
Right.
Yeah, funny stuff. Conservatives are so funny sometimes. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
We have our moments.
We do, but people say we're not funny. We're funny. I'm funny, I think. Looking.
Well, your persona is.
My persona is damn funny, but me, I sit on my couch eating Raisin Bran and under a blanket.
Bonbons.
I don't like bonbons. I think I actually had
a
friend who sent them to me, and I was not impressed with bonbons.
So you don't like them, but yet they're all gone.
No, I threw them away, but I had a hard time doing it because it was a friend. No, I was eating Raisin Bran, and I'm watching Wheel of Fortune under a blanket. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm ancient.
Only a 1%er throws away bonbons.
Well, my kids didn't want them either because they were I don't know. They were really good, but they were crazy sweet. So, yeah, my kids are weird. Yeah, So that was my evening. I went to the optometrist, and I sat on my couch eating Raisin Bran and watching Wheel of Fortune. And being pissed off about the border stuff. So it's I'm getting old.
Yeah. Did you yell at the TV?
I did. I was like, bitch, it's an H. It's an H. And she's like, L, and it was wrong, and I was really irritated.
Oh my God, you're serious.
I'm serious. I really got irritated watching Wheel of Fortune. And now, like, my husband and I will watch Jeopardy, and we're like, oh my God, these people are so stupid. And it's like, we're ancient. It's true. I'm becoming that old lady.
So what's next? You're going to be yelling, get off my fucking lawn, you fucking kids.
No.
Matlock!
No. I mean, the kids already avoid my lawn. So I don't need to worry about that.
I thought her favorite show was Diagnosis Murder.
I don't like any of that crap. Actually, my favorite show right now is Bob's Burgers or Rick and Morty. So I love Rick and Morty. I'm like a big old fan of Rick.
Did you see the Bob's Burger crossover with Archer?
No, you know what? I just started watching Bob's Burgers, and I have not watched Archer at all. So,
oh my God, you haven't watched Archer?
I know, and I'm playing catch up with all this crap because I never watched it because I was too busy doing other shit.
Stop watching Rick and Morty. Get on Archer now.
I'm actually done with Rick and Morty because it's only 3 seasons.
Okay, well, get on Archer.
But I'm watching Bob's Burgers now.
Okay, well, you've got to anyway.
Yeah. So you guys are really excited.
So Sheriff Scott Israel might be removed from office.
Yeah, that's big news. I saw that. Old DeSantis is already kicking some butt down in Florida. He's only been there a couple days.
Yeah. I mean, has he actually been sworn in yet?
DeSantis, yeah.
Okay, all right. So he's large and in charge now.
As far as I know, yeah, but I could be wrong. Hell, I was wrong. You know, you get to a point where you're covering all this crap, it all starts looking the same, and I could be totally wrong, but I think he is because they were talking about how he's already come in and he's making a huge difference and that he was part of what happened with Israel. So, yeah. But that happened. What else is going on in the news besides the shutdown? Trying to keep up with the Manafort stuff. I just kind of shake my head at this point. It's like reading stereo instructions backwards in Japanese.
Yeah.
Because none of it makes any sense to me. So I kind of avoid that. I saw something today about Donald Trump Jr., and apparently he compared illegal immigrants to animals of some sort or zoo animals. I didn't actually look at the story, but I figured, it was on his Instagram or something. And I
swear to God, he is just a skin suit that Trump keeps around when he figures out how to transfer his consciousness into his body.
I don't know, but I'm like, dude, really? Come on. But, whatever. They all are doing and saying crappy and stupid things. Kamala Harris and Mazie Hirono are they're being really hostile to this judge who's trying to be appointed because he's Catholic.
Well, not just that, part of the Knights of Columbus.
But he's Catholic. It all boils down to it being a Catholic organization. And that there are big things, they're pro-life. They actually invited Kamala Harris to one of their events where they were going to basically raise money for Special Olympics. She ignored them. And now they're trying to pretend that this is some extreme Christian organization, that's out there sacrificing virgins or something. So, yeah, as a Catholic, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
They're the Catholic arm of Westboro Baptist. I mean, come on. I've seen them do a couple bake sales.
Yeah, they do bake sales. They raise money for pregnancy centers. They raise money for the Special Olympics, because they're huge, scary monsters, and they are Catholics, so that makes them evil to begin with. And I say that as a Catholic. So imagine if this was 2 Republicans doing this to a woman who was Muslim. Oh, the shit would hit the fan. Oh, these bigots, these Islamophobes, blah blah blah. They'd be the bad guys. So that all drives me crazy. These are the things I've been reading about and watching. Let's see what else is going on. What else did I miss today?
Oh, you missed a lot. I don't know. Jeff Bezos.
I saw that.
Divorced. Yeah.
But he's already getting pictures taken of him with the woman he's been cheating on his wife with, which is really stupid.
Now here's the thing with that, is that was I guess, spent a metric fuck ton of money tracking the story down. And which, I mean, you could just trace back to Trump's hatred of WAPO. Really. I mean, but what I want to know, and I asked this today on Twitter, is that who's going to get Alexa in the divorce?
Yeah, that's a good point. But who wants Alexa in the divorce, if you think about it? I mean, come on. But yeah, they have this picture, and this new gal she's clearly been built in some factory because she's absolutely perfect.
She's not entirely biodegradable.
No, but she's got any woman who has perfectly round breasts. Those aren't real. I'm sorry, they're just not. God bless her for wanting to have better boobs. I support her, but those aren't real. Boobs aren't perfectly round ever. I don't care who you are. They're perfect. There's a picture of him with this new gal already, and we just found out he's getting divorced. So that's going to work out really great for him. I'm sure in the divorce he's going to go great. I
just got Werewolf of London stuck in my head, and her boobs were perfect.
And but you know what I mean? It's like women's boobs, like one's always bigger than the other, or they hang different. There's no such thing about perfect round boobs. Oh, and speaking of perfect round boobs, Jenna Jameson.
Yeah, another non-biodegradable person.
She's so beautiful and sweet, though, and she has basically been so tormented by anti-Semites on Twitter that she is left indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what they're doing to her is they are punishing her for being a porn star, a very successful porn star who made bazillion dollars, then stopped doing porn, became Jewish, married whoever he is, had a beautiful baby, and became this tremendous voice for pro-life. And her timeline is a trash, disgusting dumpster fire of stupid hate. It's so bad.
See, this is when all the left have become puritanical swerfs.
It's so weird. Like, for years, they have claimed that conservatives are the ones with sticks up their asses, that hate porn, that don't swear, that are all religious bigots, that the women vote how their husbands tell them to or how their pastors tell them to. But they're the ones who are bullying a former porn star because she has a different idea about politics.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Ted Cruz liking a tweet from Pornhub, reviews, whatever, and then you got Jenna Jameson who leans right, and then you have all these radical swerfs on Twitter running them off. And if you're not familiar with what a swerf is, a sex worker exclusatory rad femme. It's like TERF, which is a trans exclusatory rad femme, but it's actually swerf.
Where did you made that up?
No, that's.
Oh my God.
This is the lingo the kids use today.
Oh my, I'm old. I'm going to go eat Raisin Bran. Fuck this.
Go back to your Raisin Bran. Drink your prune juice.
Swerf?
No, swerf.
Oh, God. Everything is so dumb. And what you find out is if you talk to or engage any porn stars, which, believe it or not, I have a lot of porn stars who follow me. And I've actually had porn stars on the show because they are libertarian as F. They are crazy libertarian. But, okay. I mean, they're just like, they're really smart about their industry, and they understand what overregulation of their industry does, and they hate the government coming in and telling them how to make their movies, and they're fascinating, and they're like libertarian, and most of them lean kind of left, but they hate what the left has become because the left wants to control and tell them how to live their lives, and the left is slut-shaming them for making porn, both men and women.
Well, and that's where I kind of got a chuckle out of the Hookers for Hillary thing, Dennis Hoff's Moonlight Bunny Ranch, where they had the Hookers for Hillary, and I'm just like, she's completely against your industry.
She is.
And Dennis Hoff was a great libertarian, and but yeah, it's like you're talking about. They're trying to overregulate the industry. California I'm actually amazed that they did a ballot measure with this rather than just running it through the legislature with requiring porn stars to wear condoms.
And I'm cool with that, but that's and they don't complain about that because it protects them. What they start complaining about, but what they are complaining about are, there's like financial regulations that they're trying to impose on their industry and how they want to tax it differently. And they're fascinating. Mercedes XXX, I think she's one of the most famous ones.
Mercedes Carrera.
That's her. Yeah, she follows me. We've talked. She's brilliant. Beautiful.
She was a big Gamergator too. She
hates the whole feminist crap. I think she's lovely. I have a bunch of them that actually follow me that are fairly famous. My husband thinks that's really funny because I'm like, yeah, I have this porn star follows me now. Sounds great. You're a conservative, right? I'm like, yeah, it's weird. But
there's nothing weird about it.
But it is if you have an idea in your head about what a conservative is, and that you think conservatives are all rigid and really religious, and they have certain ideas that they cling to, then you never get a chance to really talk to a real one because you always assume they're going to be assholes. But I guess I'm still an asshole, but in a different way.
Well,
I'm just not that in general. I mean, you have to do something to be
it's like I always talk about. That's the common misconception where people confuse conservatives with evangelicals. Mm-hmm. And
we're not theocrats. We are not trying to tell you who or why or where or how to worship. Never. I don't care. I don't care who you worship. Just don't make me pay attention to it if I don't want to. Don't force it on me. That's all I care about. Whatever. But it's interesting because, there are some out there at first, they're kind of like, oh, it's a conservative. And you're like, hey, live your life. Just don't make me pay for it. They're like, fuck yeah. And, you're great friends.
Yeah.
That's my whole motto.
No, but the left hates them.
The left hates them. And they hate Jenna Jameson. Isn't that funny? We got from perfect boobs to that. That's crazy. But, they tormented her so badly.
We went from Alexa to that, actually.
Well, I guess so. Alexa to boobs to Bezos. Yeah, I guess you're right. Then to Jenna, and then we came here. This show is so scary. But the left hates porn stars, and then the left pretends though that it's the right who slut shames and hates women. It's just everything's stupid, and this is why I'm crabby all the time. Like this guy today who I didn't know even existed, like leaf green footballs or whatever, little green footballs.
Little
green tiny testicles. I don't know, whoever he is. Well,
the other Chuck Johnson.
Yeah, the Chuck Johnson.
Not the racist Chuck Johnson, but the other racist Chuck Johnson.
What is it with Chuck Johnson? I don't know. The name is bad. No, he was like ranting about Twitchy being some sewer and that we incite harassment. And I'm like, who are you? And why are you after it? And then
you probably wrote about him several years ago.
I have no idea. Then people started informing me that he used to be a conservative. Then he kind of lost his mind and became like a huge Obama fanboy. And then he started like getting crazy and like blocking any conservatives who disagreed with him. So that's probably how I got blocked, is somehow I said something he didn't like. But anyway, people are friggin' nuts. This is like I'm a magnet. And he was talking about Twitchy. And then he got mad when people were like, hey, dumbass, leave Twitchy alone. And he's like, oh, people are harassing me over Twitchy. I'm like, what do you expect?
There's like...
You come out and say these horrible things. People say, no, I don't agree with you. You're an asshole. And then you say, oh, my God, I'm being attacked.
No, Twitchy's a side of harassment. Let me walk up to the dick punching machine with a roll of quarters and see how this works out.
Yeah,
he brought it on himself.
I'm going to incite harassment against his entire website and then complain that they incite harassment.
Yeah, well,
who is this and who are these people and how?
Speaking of Jim Swift, the Weekly Standard. Yeah, I just saw it in chat. The Weekly Standard has
the Bulwark.
The Bulwark, whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of them landed there. So it's basically TWS2.
Well, but it's not really. It's a different publication, so it's not the Weekly Standard, but it has a lot of the same players. Yes,
their feed read the exact same.
I know.
Boy, it didn't work scolding conservatives about how they're not left enough. Let's do it harder.
I'm trying
not to. Fuck.
I think Charlie Sykes is one of my favorite people. I think he's really bright, and we became good friends because neither of us like Trump. I kind of accepted Trump won and moved on. Charlie has not accepted it, and I appreciate that. And I think he's brilliant. So I have a really hard time in being just in general make fun of his the whole thing. But yeah, if you do one thing and you fail, doing that same shit again.
What's the definition of insanity?
Right there.
Doing the same shit over and over and expecting different results.
One of the ways they introduced their new publication was by being interviewed by Jennifer Rubin, who basically talked to Charlie, and they said that the reason people who are pro-Trump hate Never Trump so much is because they're embarrassed that they voted for Trump in the first place.
Yes, Never Trump shines a light on us like we're the cockroaches who are afraid to, we're
I didn't vote for the guy, so I could give
our self-loathing on them.
But that's the point. They believe, and this is why people hate them. They believe that Trump supporters are so embarrassed that they were so naive and voted for Trump that they hate Never Trump for reminding them that they should not have voted for Trump or something. So basically, they're saying that you Trump supporters are so stupid, and that's why you hate them.
Okay, look.
Wait, what?
Nobody was more Never Trump than I. And February 2nd, 2016, I pulled up my pants and said, okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I
You
know.
just sit there and continue and screech and.
I cried the night he won. I was so, and I knew it was going to be bad either way because I hated her and I thought he was awful. And I knew it was going to suck, but it hit me and I was horrible and I cried and I apologized to people for, pushing it. And then I came back and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I got to make this shit work. So here I am. Let's make some magic and let's do what we can do with what we've got because that's what adults do. And they can't do that. And for whatever reason, the Bulwark, which is, this new thing. And God bless them and Godspeed and good luck. And hopefully it works out for them this time. I'm going to be the adult here, trying to be. It just seems like a weird angle. Hey, we treated you like shit and we went out of business. We're going to do it again, but you'll like it this time. I hope that's not the case. It's great if they want to keep up some of that anti-Trump stuff and they really want to push, that he's not conservative. I appreciate that. They got to balance it a little bit, though. They got to bring somebody in who can say, yeah, he's an idiot, but he did this right.
Yeah, we need more voices, not less. I'm 100% for that.
I'm totally good with that.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have a niche, and if they have the financial backers who will let them find their legs.
That's great. I'm excited
Good luck.
with them.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a scary thing to go out of business, and to be able to come back and do what you love to do is an amazing thing. Let's just hope that they figure out what may have gone wrong and they do something a little different this time.
From chat, I was part of Never Trump Classic. This new Never Trump sucks.
Never Trump Classic was just like, holy shit, who is this guy?
Right.
It was never about attacking people who wanted Trump, unless they came after you, which a lot of them did. It was more about, holy shit, are you kidding me? Who is this, and how can he be a Republican? And this guy was pushing abortion 6 months ago, and that was Never Trump. What Never Trump has become is this movement that despises people who said, okay, well, he won, I got to make this work. It's not that they've always hated the true Trump base, and that's fine. But they really hate people like me and you who said, okay, well, this sucks, but I got to make it work. Well, we are traitors,
There's a phrase for the Jennifer Rubins and the Max Boots and Tom Nichols that I see, hashtag spurn coats. And I love that. I think that's great. Spurn coats.
I get you. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
At least it's not an acronym.
Right. No, it's...
Holy shit.
Careful. Give him a second and he'll think of one. It'll be bad.
It'll be bad because it always is. But you know what? I'm glad, like you said, God bless them. Let's wish them well. Let's wish them to break a leg because I don't say the GL thing because I'm superstitious. Yes, we do because we are the adults and we are the better people in the room. So shut up and do it.
I'll let you do that. I'm just going to.
I just did it. See, we're good. The show said God bless them, good luck, and we can move on.
Yeah, well. your name's at the header, so you can be the adult one.
And don't you bitches forget it. See us
tomorrow they'll have a 10-part tweet about how this show is racist.
No, they'll call me a sexist or something because I talked about perfect boobs and they can't be round. Yeah, I can't win, so I must have fun with it. So, yeah, that's all good. It's all good. We're almost done, actually.
Yeah, where can people find you, Foo?
I like how you know what? We're done here.
No. Take your time. I was just...
Take your time. Like, hey, we have 3 minutes left. It's probably trying to start wrapping up. And where do they find you? I like how you just, okay, we're done. Because the Amish are so quick to do things. Actually, that's my job.
Have you ever been caught behind the Amish? That we are far from quick to do things.
That's the joke, right? Okay, wait. It's my job. Ordy, where do people find you?
Oh, thanks for asking, Sam.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
People can find me on Twitter at Ordy Packard. That's ORDYPACKARD, like the classic car. Or they can find me here every Wednesday night with my lovely and talented co-host, Samantha Jean.
Rick Robinson. Rick, where can people find you?
People have seen my picture. I am definitely not lovely and talented. Still kind of.
You are lovely and talented. Where can they find you?
All right, you can follow along with me at RowdyRick73. You can find me on Facebook as Rick Robinson, and I'm also on Instagram, but I'm old and haven't figured out what the hell I'm going to do with it yet. So follow along there if you want, but I'm not there much.
I hate Instagram. I'm the same way.
Follow me. I never use it.
Yeah, don't follow me because I hate it and I don't use it. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at POLITIBUNNY, and I write for a little website called Twitchy.com, and I'm here most every Wednesday night talking to these two yahoos on the show. Guys, we're so glad you're with us tonight. It was a lot of fun, even though my computer hates me. Thank you for being with us live. We really appreciate it. Please stick around because Rick is up next, right? Rick, you're doing your show tonight?
Yes, ma'am. It'll take
America
3 minutes to
is
reset.
next. It's awesome. It kicks ass, and it's Rick. So pay attention and stay put. We will be back live next week with some more stellar content. And again, thanks for being here. You make it happen. We'll talk to you then. Stay out of trouble and keep your sense of humor.
Get yourself a nice shiffle robe.